Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Daughter Chronicles, tentative name.
I hope we get to keep it.
Yeah, me too.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Yeah, it's fun.
We have a lot to cover this week.
Yes, we've had a busy 10 days, probably the busiest I've ever had in my life, right? Mm-hmm. So my son, her brother, got married, and it was beautiful. It was a great day. A little bit of drama leading up, but
yeah,
just people kind of canceling at the last minute, and it felt like people were canceling for like a backyard barbecue or something. Like it wasn't like we can't make it. There was just a couple funny stories that we were just like, that's interesting. But the day itself was great. It was so fun. It was very hot. But we had a really good time. It was very light. It was, the ceremony was pretty funny, and everyone loved how like quick and easy it was. And they had beer boys, which were handing out instead of flower girls, because Jack had too many people and he didn't want to cut people. So he made two of his friends beer boys. So they walked down the aisle after the guys, right? Before you guys?
I don't remember.
Okay. I think it was before.
No, it was after us girls, because they were
the last to go.
Yeah.
So they had beer in their basket, and then they were like, handing out beers to everybody. And then at the very end, they like threw the flowers at the very end of the aisle. So it was just funny. Everyone really liked it. And Jack was pretty emotional, so it made people cry. But it was just fun. They forgot their certificate, so one of the girls had to like run over and grab it.
Yeah, during the ceremony.
Yeah, it was fun. Like it didn't feel stuffy and like, oh my gosh, it's ruined. It was like we all just kind of laughed, and then great dinner and some fun dancing.
Yeah.
So overall, it was a great night. Little chaotic in the ending for Meg and I.
Yeah. I'm very upset I don't have my regular lip combo on right now,
and the reason is
because I left my shit everywhere. Like I was just a disaster. The past like 10 days, I have never been so disorganized in my life. And I'm like, how did I used to live like this? Because now I'm like very particular about what bags things go in, but everything just ended up everywhere. And basically like we were all partying and having fun. I thought we had the venue till 2 for some reason. So I wasn't in a rush to leave. And all of a sudden I go inside and mom's like, we're leaving in 7 minutes. The last party bus is going to be here. So I was like, oh my God. So I go running to the house that we got ready in, which was on the property. And I'm running, I'm in heels. So I throw my heels in the grass because I'm like, I got to run as fast as I can. And I just go in the house, shove everything I can in a bag. But I knew I couldn't grab everything, but I was like, it's fine. We can come back tomorrow and get the rest of my stuff. And I just feel like everything ended up everywhere in like different bags, and it was just such chaos. I got onto the party bus without my heels. I got on barefoot.
Yeah. Everyone like they went and got all the stuff after, but it was just, the party bus was fun. It felt like it came out of nowhere. Like, yeah. It was like the DJ's like, you have 6 minutes. And then it felt like this like mad dash of, we're just running, and it was chaotic, and everyone's like sitting on the bus calmly, and her and I are just disasters.
And it's like, we could have just Ubered. Like we didn't have to get on the bus. But I don't know why Uber, like I was like, what if, because we were kind of in a more remote area. I thought, what if Uber doesn't come here? Like in my mind, it was like, get on this bus or your family's leaving without you.
Right.
So that was why the panic was so bad.
Bride and groom stayed. They all Ubered back. Like the whole wedding party Ubered back. Yeah. We were the only one. Like we had a full party bus, which was really fun.
It was really fun.
But yeah, it just, the ending was chaotic. We're just missing like a lot of things. Like we're like, have you seen this? And it's like a purse or a bracelet or your lip gloss.
My lip combo that I've been wearing forever and ever.
Maybe that's the universe.
No, the universe is saying you need to replace this immediately. But I don't know if I can, because now Essence has cut my favorite lip color.
Maybe it's just at that particular store.
I hope so, because that's like my favorite shade.
We'll find it.
Yeah. And yeah, my purse, your Taylor Swift bracelet, like my tripod piece, like we're using my brother's tripod right now. Like everything is just fucking missing.
Yeah. So then we leave from the wedding, right? We're good for wedding. We leave from the wedding, and the next day, because we stayed up partying at the hotel, but then the next day we get in a car and we drive. We did 7 hours because we were already 1 hour closer, but we did a 7-hour drive to go to the cottage for the week.
Yeah.
And there was us, and then my best friend Lisa, and then 2 of the grooms. Well, the best man and the groomsmen came. So we had quite a fun crew. and we had matching hats, and we just...
So basically she made ball caps that had our like last name and our lake name on there, 2024, with a cricket. So they're all like really cute and
They're
custom.
so cute.
Yeah.
I really love them. It was a nice keepsake. By the end of the trip, we were all so like, we just loved our little crew. It was really fun. We played games. We did a Survivor Day.
Yeah, so it was like relay races, puzzles, teams, and I'm on our podcast page on TikTok, which is Mother Daughter Podcast or Mother Daughter Pod. Yeah, but that's the username, but the actual name is Mother Daughter Podcast on there. So if you search that up, you can see the montage I made of our Survivor Day, because I really love making montages.
And you did a really good job. Like you captured it beautifully. Like it was so well done, and it just like I watched it so many times because I was just like, it's so fun to just have those memories. And
yeah,
everyone got like super competitive in a fun way, and we, so there was like 4 events, and there was 4 people on each team. So then you got to pick which event you wanted to do, and then it was all timed. And
strategize who got to do what.
So I was on the winning team. Just FYI, I was just on the winning team. However, her and I went head to head, and you did beat me in our event.
Yeah.
So, but
my beer pong skills came in clutch, I guess.
It came in clutch. So you were like bang for shot.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was really fun. And then the next day we had a bit of a family gathering just for the people that couldn't make the wedding. So that was kind of an afternoon thing. And then at night we had our neon rave party. Mm-hmm. So we all like painted ourselves, and we had like glow sticks, and then we just danced, and we had a strobe light, which I think is still at the cottage, but
I hope that makes it back.
Yeah. So that was that was a really fun night. And then the next day was rainy, but that doesn't stop us. And doesn't girl over here get up on water skis?
Yeah.
I think you should like put the clip in after, if you could.
On YouTube, if you're watching, I'll put the clip in.
Yeah, because it was, since her knee injury, you didn't know if you were ever going to water ski, and water skiing came very easily to you as a kid.
Yeah, I got up the first try when I was a kid. And I had a tibial plateau fracture in 2021, so I just had like a very long knee injury and recovery, so I didn't know if I was ever gonna water ski again, and I love to water ski, so I tried it for the first time, and I was using bigger skis and I kept falling, so I was like, okay, get me the kids skis, because I usually use the kids size ones, and then I got
it though, you're just a little munch. You need the little ones.
Yeah.
And so there's a few falls, and we were getting a little nervous on watching, and then she just said, I could hear her out in the lake being like, I don't want to go again. And your dad was like, you can do it, just one more try, kind of thing. And even when you got up, it's not like you got up easily.
No,
like you kind of like, you kind of were, your one leg went out, and then you put it down, and then you were just good.
Because there's so much to remember when you water ski. Keep your feet parallel, not too far apart, not too close together. Lean back, let the boat do the work. Like there's so much to think about when you're getting up on skis.
Yeah.
And so that's when I almost fell, and I was like, no, feet together. And then I corrected it. Thank goodness.
Then, I mean, I can't even explain to you the doc, because there's one thing if somebody gets up just like, a regular person, it's great. But for you, there was a lot of mental work that you had to really push through, because, you were nervous, and then deservedly so. So when you got up, it was really triumphant on the dock.
I heard it in the video after. It was really
we were
nice.
all like, so excited. And what's funny about that is you fell a few times, and I wasn't recording because I just needed to watch her. I was so nervous. And then the time you got up, I actually hit record, so I was just like, I don't know. I just feel like the universe is like, this is the one you need to record. Yeah. Because I finally was like, okay, I just like, I don't know. Because I think I was just so nervous watching you, because I know it was a big deal, right?
Yeah. And I was nervous I wouldn't be able to, because I favor my right leg a lot now, like subconsciously, and because my left thigh muscle is still quite smaller, which it's going to take years to get back to normal, I've been told. So I just kind of favor my right side, which is going to be great for me in like 10, 20 years. I'm going to have definitely some damage from that. So I was just worried I wouldn't be able to ski, and I would keep leaning to the right, but it worked somehow.
Yeah.
So
it was good. And then everyone, like, people got up on the tube. So it was rainy. We're like out tubing, water skiing. Nothing stopping us.
Yeah.
Weather doesn't stop us. you got to roll with it.
No,
so
sometimes the lake is warmer when it's raining anyways.
yeah,
So I feel like
it was
it's
kind of
fine.
fun. Like we could have been in the gazebo, but you're just kind of sitting there and you're just chatting or you're playing games, and that's fun. We love doing that. But I was like, no, we're not going to waste our day. So we show up at the mini putt, and everyone was kind of like, we're going mini putting still. I'm like, yep, let's go. So we get there, and the girl was so funny because they're all like, we're not actually, like, when we got there, it started raining harder. And I guess one of the guys was like, we're not actually going though, right? And I was like, yeah, we are. Like, we're going mini putting. So I get up to go pay, and I said to the girl, like, 8. And she's like, for now? I was like, yeah.
now.
She's like, you want to do it right now? Everyone started howling because it was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want a mini putt in the rain.
Yeah.
And we got our group shot, which was, what I really wanted.
Yeah.
With all our hats on. And so, yeah, no, it was good. And then the next day, wow, did we do some driving?
Yeah.
We had to dropped her off at a friend's cottage, so about 7 hours away. Like, we left the cottage, went to a different cottage, dropped her off for her weekend, then came here, dropped off I don't know what to call her, but my daughter-in-law, and dropped her off. And then my best friend and I headed to our other friend's house, which was about another hour and a half. So I was in the car 12 hours.
It was
on
a lot,
Friday.
but I'm so grateful she dropped me off because I had the best weekend ever with my friends. I just have such a good, solid friend group that I'm really grateful for. So
she was like a little
glad.
teetering, not because of the friends, but just because it had been a lot of social time and you were feeling a bit drained.
But I felt so recharged after that weekend, and I made us a fun montage as well. If you want to see it on my TikTok page, which is just Meg Dion Art, I made us a fun montage, and I've been getting texts like the past few days from my friends being like, I've watched it 50 times. You just captured everything so well. And I was like, maybe that's what I should do, is more like video editing for people, because I love editing content. Like, I really enjoy it. So I was like, maybe that should be something I freelance in the future.
Yeah.
And I love making montages, and
for sure.
yeah.
No, you're really good at it. You capture it for sure. And what you're good at is not like going like, okay, action, and everyone does something. You're more like, you just kind of get moments and stuff. Like half the Survivor stuff, I didn't even know you were filming half of that. So it was cool to see it from that side, right?
Yeah, and while things are happening, I'm just like, oh, there was a moment, I'm going to clip that. Oh, there was a moment. And then sometimes I edit and I find stuff in there as well. And then when I was editing all of our Survivor clips, I didn't want them in order exactly of each, like here was everyone's event. Yeah, and then here's the next person's event. I wanted them all shuffled. That way it kept people's attention. So I also, when I'm editing, I'm like, okay, at what point would I click off this video and try to make a point where that won't happen?
Yeah,
and just try to keep it as interesting as possible. Yeah, which I think comes from the clips being out of order and just like fun things happening constantly. So,
yeah, and then you got home and right back to work.
Yeah, right back to work the last 2 days.
I know. But we're off today, so we're going to do this, and then we have a fun afternoon planned.
We're going to Kensington. We're going to Toronto.
We're going to go to Toronto. We're doing a tote bag class. We're making a tote bag. We're decorating a tote bag.
Yeah, so we'll obviously vlog that and put that on the TikTok page and stuff.
Which
and
will be
this
fun.
channel, maybe we could put it on this channel too. It doesn't have to only be the podcast. So yeah, we'll definitely bring you along for that.
I have so many I don't know what it is with me and tote bags. I just really like them. Like if you go in my room, how many I have,
and I steal all her tote bags.
Yeah, she does. I just love them. So I think it'll be fun. Just decorate them. I don't know. Just something fun to do.
Yeah, the TikTok I remember you showed me was really cool. So I'm stoked.
The place looks really fun. I'm excited. They do a lot of really fun events and stuff. So
yeah, I'm a nature girly through and through, but I love a good day in the city.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. That's why we need to still live close to the city.
Yeah.
So we can have city days, but not necessarily live in the city.
Yeah. I could never live in a city. Never. Unless it's Edinburgh. That's the only city I could imagine. But as soon as I went there, I was like, oh, I'm home. Like, this is like my place. And now my whole For You page is Edinburgh. And I just like, it's so weird how your soul can just call to something, especially because it's like such a gloomy, like dark place. But it's so rich in history and it's so beautiful. And yeah, I think I've realized that I like places that are really rich in history. I feel like that just makes a city, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's the only place I will imagine myself living, I think, city-wise. Other than that, like, there's lots of places I would live. It would just have to be a little more off-grid, I think.
Right. Yeah, I could live in the city. I could be I do like nature too, but I could live in the city because I think it'd be fun to just try new restaurants. And I guess because I've lived in suburbia, I'm like, okay, like I like concerts, and I don't know, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But
And every
you'd
time
also have to have money. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there's that.
because everything costs, like even tonight, like the tote bag, it's not free, obviously, because someone's putting it on. So it's like all the little things that they just like add up, right? And concerts are expensive now. And
yeah. And we don't have good laws here for resale in Canada.
no,
So it
they're
sucks
so,
for us.
so bad. Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's what we're doing today.
You're getting a phone call.
Where is my phone?
It's on the floor.
Oh, I think we're good.
Okay.
We can just leave a message. I'm not that important that somebody... Oh, it's your father, actually.
Well, do we want to pause?
No, it's okay.
Okay, because I can clip and edit audio and video. So if there's anything we ever want cut out,
Yeah.
we can just do that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Deep
what else do we
question?
have? Well, we didn't cover a lot of our other, like diving deeper into each thing.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the overview of the good parts, because the good parts I think should always be talked about first because they're good.
Yeah. I think you should always sandwich, though. You should do good.
Yeah, we can sandwich for sure.
little
like,
sandwiching.
The good and then the bad and then the good.
I kind of
Because
said...
I've been what?
No, I was just going to say, like, the only part really bad for the wedding was just, like, people canceling and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I was just going to say, like, we were talking about just, like, the stress of weddings in general and how, like, you know, a lot of people I know right now are getting married, which is so crazy, but it's just, like, for the overview I've heard, it just seems like so much stress for one day, and it's so expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive, for sure.
And I think to each their own, and everyone should do what they want to do, but it's just very interesting as an observer. And so many people were like, don't ever do this, like wedding parties are a lot and weddings are a lot. And I'm like, oh, don't worry, I was never planning on having a wedding. I'm definitely like an elope and travel kind of girl.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little party.
I think they're, yeah. See, I'm more on the, I know they're expensive and stuff, but I just always have a good time at weddings. I love, as soon as that music came on, that would probably be my only regret of the wedding, is that I just danced all night, that I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't talk to my cousin who came, and I was really excited he was there. I didn't talk to a couple friends that I had invited. Like, I was just on the dance floor the whole time.
Yeah, but the dance floor was like kind of empty. I'm like, where are all the people at?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
Well, we had
on the dance
one
floor.
half of the room was on there a lot. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, that was, yeah, they are really expensive, but I don't know. Anytime there's music on, I just want to be on the dance floor. So,
yeah, but then I went outside too, and there's like so many people chilling, which again, to each their own. But I was like, come on, people, let's get on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Let's dance.
Let's
I feel like I talked to a
dance.
lot of people, but I think what's difficult about weddings is like, I would just be talking to one person, then someone would come up and like talk to me, and then the next person would come, and it feels like you're like trying your best to spread your energy out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't even talk to some people.
I
Like
know.
my Uncle Jeff, like I literally see him like quite often, and I didn't even talk to him that entire night.
Yeah.
And it's just like funny how that happens.
Oh my God. My sister, Sarah.
She's the best. But she's
what a
always been one of my favorite people ever.
What a fucking party she was.
Yeah, she was so excited for the wedding.
She was so excited for it, which is such nice energy.
Yeah.
And she looked phenomenal. And
looked
she was just
stunning.
out on the dance floor with those glasses on, just having the time of her life.
Yeah.
And I loved seeing it because she used to be a little more quiet. And I feel like since she hit kind of that 40 range, she's like, fuck it, I'm gonna have a good time, you know.
I feel like she always talks about how much she loves her 40s, and like
Yeah.
that she's felt really like she's come into her own, because she's always been fun for sure.
Oh, yeah, she's always
but
been
like
good. But this was like, she amped it up, and I loved seeing it. Like, it was so fun.
Yeah, so it's just one of those interesting like things I've been pondering, or we've been pondering, because then after the wedding, like I asked my sister-in-law after all the stress, like, was it worth it? And she said yes, which is great to hear, because thank God it wasn't like, no, there was all this stress and I hated it in the end. Like, she was like, it was very much worth it. And obviously the good things are what you're going to remember more.
Yeah.
But
They're pretty
just
cute
a
too.
lot
Like,
of-
they have, I was just at a friend's house last night, and she was like, I just couldn't stop staring at them. Like, they're just, you know, when they were dancing together and singing with each other, like when they're locked in, they're pretty locked in, and they're pretty cute. So yeah, I thought it was fun, but I get the reservation. Like, I think the spending of that kind of money is a lot, because it's just, everything's so expensive now. So it seems like, wow, you're going to spend that on just one day. But after being there one day, I really enjoyed it. I was like, I don't know, I thought food was great. I thought the venue was absolutely stunning. Like it was a winery and it was beautiful.
Yeah, and it was cool to see just like so many people you've ever known in one
room.
place. Like
Yeah.
it's like such a crossover episode of like friends, parents, and family and extended family. It's a really cool feeling. And I hope that anyone who has pre-wedding stress ends up saying the same thing. Like,
Well, I hope so too, because you want everyone to, if that's the route they're choosing, like you want them to be like, I loved my day. Like I loved my wedding. My wedding was so fun.
yeah, it sounded epic.
Like we were in a greenhouse and we didn't do dinner. I wasn't into that. We got married at 7 and then we were dancing by like 8:30. There's like a couple little speeches and then we didn't even take a lot of time to take pictures. Might be a regret of mine now, but it was like,
Yeah.
I just want to be on the dance floor. I just want to be dancing.
I know.
So-
I'm always like that too. Like me and my friend Scott at the cottage, we're just always dancing.
Yeah.
Like so many of our pictures and videos together are just like us
We're
dancing.
just- yeah.
We're always moving and grooving.
Yeah, you had such a good time.
Yeah, they're a really great group of people. And there's something else I was going to say. What were we saying before that? Oh, your wedding. Oh, no, just that, like, before the wedding, everyone's like, it's going to be, like, the best thing. Like, they're so fun. You're going to have fun. And I was like, yeah, they're fun. It's especially, though, I feel fun because I feel it was fun because it was all my friends and family. But if you're, like, a guest and you're going to a wedding and you don't really know people, it's like, will it still be fun? I don't know.
You're going to find
We'll see
out.
after this weekend. But I just, like, I dread big social events like that. Like, it's just not really my jam.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind them. I think it's fun to like, I tried to meet a lot of my, the daughter-in-law's side of the family and I don't know.
Yeah, I did not. I feel like I didn't talk. Again, it's like, I feel like the major things, like, you miss. Like, I feel like I barely, like, talk to certain people. And
I feel like I barely talk to certain people. And then I also feel like I missed some real photo opportunities.
Yeah,
like,
and we were trying to do a cute transition of us getting ready, and we didn't even end up doing that.
well,
but-
we did the first part. The before,
Yeah, we
not
did
the
it
after.
before, yeah. I didn't even get a single photo in my dress. Like, I got one that you took with the Polaroid app that we had for
Right,
the wedding, but
yeah.
that was it. And I'm like, my dress was beautiful. I didn't even see what my hair looked like from
Yeah.
the back because I was in that chair 10 minutes before we had to go down the aisle. So I was like, God, I hope this hair looks good.
Right.
But yeah, it's that. And
Ooh, speaking of hair, for the very first time in my life, I didn't love my hair when she first did it. And I actually said something. And that is huge for me because I don't like hurting people's feelings. But I was like, these pictures, these will be, it's a major day. Like if I was just a guest, I wouldn't have cared.
yeah,
But I'm like, I'm walking down the aisle with Jack. I'm going to be in pictures. Like I need to like my hair. So I had to say when I saw it, I was like, okay, you're going to do this. You're going to put on your big girl panties and you're going to say, it's just, can we tighten it a little? Cause it was a bit loose. So,
yeah.
so that was good. I was proud of myself. I was like, I can do this. Like I can not hurt people's feelings. And the thing is I'm so worried about people. She did not care. She's like,
No.
I want you to be happy. I would want you to say you didn't like, or you don't like something, but it's always me. Like I'm always like nervous.
Yeah, I know. And I find it hard to get my makeup done because the girl who did it did such a phenomenal job. And she was literally one of the prettiest people I've ever seen in my life.
Stunning.
And I was like mesmerized by her.
Every time
And
she talked to me, I was like, I'm sorry, what?
yeah. It's just, she was so beautiful and she had such good energy, but it was really interesting because I've only ever done makeup to be on set, which is usually for a character. So obviously I don't have any control over what makeup they do. And they usually do natural, I feel, for like shows and, and movies, depending on your character.
Right.
And I've done stage makeup. I've gotten my stage makeup done, which again, I do a lot of that myself as well. But like for me, stage makeup isn't the end of the world because I'm so far away from the crowd. It's not like particular, but I'm like very, very, very picky. Like hair, I didn't really care. I'm like, hopefully it looks good. I didn't even see what it looked like. Hopefully it looked good.
Yeah, I thought your hair looked great.
Okay, good.
I actually wish I'd gotten your hairstyle. I like
well,
it.
the funniest thing is she gave the hairstylist a photo and was like, I want this hairstyle and style. And she said, okay, what do you want in the front? She didn't think
Just from
of
the back.
front.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because my hairstyle I chose, it showed like from the front, side, and back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would have been a better idea for sure.
Yeah.
I just liked it was like a half up bun thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, like, but it was the pieces hanging down. I'm not used to pieces like that. Like they felt really thick. And I was like, I don't know if I want that.
Yeah.
So
And I see why she said thick pieces, because if you do thin, they end up looking straggly.
They do.
After you sweat, and we sweat a lot that
We
day.
were really hot. Yeah, it was a hot day.
Yeah.
But we were in dresses and the boys were in suits. So let me tell you, I felt really bad for them. But then you went in the venue and it was freezing.
Yeah,
from the
it
air
was freezing.
conditioning.
I was wearing Dad's, what do you call it?
Like a
Not
suit
tux?
like a jacket.
Okay, a jacket. Yeah,
like a suit jacket. Yeah.
That's what I was wearing when we were dancing.
Yeah.
I was moving and I was still cold.
Yeah.
So
I was good.
yeah, it's just
Oh,
interesting.
and Nana and Papa.
Oh yeah, Nana and Papa were like the stars of the show. I'll
were
put in a clip here. If
They
I
were
have one.
MVPs. They're just so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, Papa was like, "Oh, I want to dance with you," and I was just like, "I can't do what you guys do." And
No,
he's like,
they
"No."
move together in this way that
They're
is-
so synced, right? Yeah, and then they like are staring in each other's eyes. I was like, whatever.
Oh my god!
Some comments I got, I was like, stop,
They're gonna
everybody.
make
I know.
out on the dance
I know,
floor.
that's what I kept getting. People were coming up like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
keep your
all
clothes
right.
on. No, but
But
it
it's
was
nice
sweet.
to see. I mean, they've been together like over 50 years, so it's nice
Yeah.
to see that that's what I was most excited about, because that's what I remember of them growing up and going to like parties and stuff. They were like bells of the ball. Like everybody loved watching them. So it was fun to see that.
Yeah, it's fun to see that you don't have to ever lose that like spark and love and all that. And yeah, that was really great.
Yeah,
That's the wedding.
that's the wedding.
What else is there?
Well,
I've been just trying not to rage this whole week, because I've been just fucking raging in this whole episode. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try my best not to rage, especially because a lot of the stuff I'm raging about I can't say online. But I also feel like that talking about that stuff is what makes podcasts interesting, you know? Like if people don't know us, they're like, okay, great, their wedding and all that went well, but like let's get into like the real shit, you know? They're gonna be like, give me something here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just like, I'm someone who just like cannot hold my tongue if I'm angry, especially I'm like that sober and then add a few drinks. And what I've realized is I'm not like, you know how some people are mouthy and they just like want to have a fight with people? I'm not like that. But what makes me angry is when someone disturbs the peace. Then my anger just goes through the roof, and then I can't control what I say. Or like I did bite my tongue a few times. I'm obviously not going to say exactly the situations, but it's just like, for me, like if there's so much peace for so long and then someone comes in and there's no longer peace, I'm like, okay, the common denominator is you are the problem. And I don't like this problem, because my life is so chill and so drama free, and if it becomes not that, it really triggers something in me.
Totally. Yeah. No, I get it. I was getting a lot of texts because I happened to not be with you, so I was getting a lot of texts, and so this is where you and I differ, is like, I get it. I wish I could be more like you, but again, I have that I tiptoe around things, but then if I get really mad, then it's dicey. Like I will see red, whereas you're more in the moment, something happens, you'll deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So,
but it's weird, like when it comes to like if I'm dating somebody or like friends, I might take time and reflect. Like I'm not a reactive person.
You're not
unless
reactive.
someone's being so rude and disrespectful that I am. Like I will say something. But when it comes to like things that are proper conversations that need to be had, I take like, I'm actually the opposite. I go silent and I take days to like process my thoughts and like.
Well, you think of all sides. You're thinking of like, well, why would they be feeling this way, and why did I react this way? And
what's triggering me from the past that could be triggering me in this? Am I really upset about something in the moment, or is this a past trigger, or is it a bit of both? Or like I take the time to really reflect and then have like a proper calm conversation, because I really believe in like clear, calm communication. So I guess it's a little case by case, but if there is like something just in that moment that's just not sitting right, I will speak up. And everybody's like, oh my God, Meg, like you have balls, like talking to people like that, like just saying what we're all thinking. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to sit here and watch things happen. And
and let people get away with bad behavior.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like I can't. And I just feel like I've always been feisty from day one, but not feisty all the time. But when the moment calls for it and everybody else is like, oh, like we can't say, I'm like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not putting up with that. So
Yeah.
yeah. And it's funny because I was talking to one of my friends and he was like, I'm someone though who will like take the shit from someone, take the shit over and over and over, and then I'll just snap and I will say the harshest, rudest things ever.
And that's where I'm more like too. Like I'll take it. And then once I'm done though, like there's no going back for me. Like I'm like, no, I'm like, you've screwed the pooch now. We're done.
Yeah. And I'm not really like that as
No.
much. I'm more like, no. And like I said this in the first episode, if I don't like someone, I cannot fake it. And I just feel like, well, unless it's my choice and they can't be gone.
Yeah.
But I still won't be fake. Like, and I just feel like the stakes are higher right now if there's like people I don't like, because people are now like starting to get married and stuff. And it's like, oh, like this is getting serious. You know,
Well,
like if people are dating now and like you don't like their partners, it's like, oh, I'm 26 now. Like this could be an
end game type thing. And then you're surrounded by people.
Yeah. It's not just like, oh, this could be like someone's shitty boyfriend or girlfriend. It's like, oh, this could be like a long-term issue.
Yeah. No, I get it. It is hard for sure. Especially when you care about the people that are kind of being disrespected or whatnot, right?
And
like you want everyone to.
Yeah, I think that if someone yells at me, I don't really care too much, or like even
you can handle
with
it better.
Anyone, whatever. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Even like hate comments. I feel like if someone left me a hate comment, like whatever. But if someone leaves hate about like someone I love, I'd be like, what the fuck? But if someone is disrespecting me, like it sucks, whatever. But if you're disrespecting someone I love, like it triggers something so deep in me that I can't even control it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I have to say something.
Yeah.
And then I've been kind of unpacking that though. I'm like, okay, do I like that I'm this way? Can I change it? I don't know.
But I think that's good. You're just reflecting on it and you'll get to your answer eventually. And maybe it's, maybe it's a little bit of like, you could be a bit softer at times in certain situations, right? No. But just like a little bit. I guess it depends.
Yeah.
You're also who you are, and that's great, right? And you're going to think about this for a while because I know you, and you're going to reflect on it, and you're going to...
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of high school, how people were either like, she's a straight A student and I love her and she's an angel, or I was in the office all the time. There was no in between, but I was always like which isn't right necessarily, but I was always like, you get what you give. Like if someone's rude to my friend, I'm rude to you. If this teacher is rude to me, I'm rude to them. Like I can't fake it. And it like physically, like I said in the first episode, physically pains me to be fake, and I can be civil. Like I'm never going to be like
I don't think
rude.
I'm fake, but I think I can be civil. But I've also been around a little longer than you, where you do get to like when you're in a workplace or when you're you're out with friends and they bring other friends, like sometimes you just have to not react, like and it is hard for sure. I've worked with some people that honest to God, you didn't even want to go to work. You were just like, I will murder you in your sleep. Like they're terrible people and you don't want to be surrounded by them, but you can't react that way. You're actually not allowed to murder. So
yeah rats. I'm just kidding. There's a few people on my hit list right now. Yeah, no, I know. I think some people just need to be put in their place a little bit. And I think in my mind, it's like, you don't deserve nice behavior because you're a rude person.
Yeah. No, I know.
But is that the most professional? No. It depends on the situation. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'm just sort of thinking like, do I like this feistiness or not? Because I feel like when I see other people being feisty, I'm like, hell yeah.
Right. You're like,
I love that. So.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you are who you are. And it's great.
Yeah. I wish things didn't get under my skin as much. And I was saying, like, I keep trying to say to myself, if I see like relationships I disagree with, or things in relationships and other people I disagree with, I always try to say, not my monkey, not my circus. But then I'm like, but if it's impacting my time somewhere, it kind of is my circus. Yeah. So
I get it for sure.
And people I love are kind of my circus. So how much separation can you really do?
Yeah. No, that is true.
Yeah, it's just things have been just bugging me, and I've just been it's the wrong week to piss me off. Anyway, right. Everyone watch out, because I'm just so angry.
Eggshells.
Yeah, but I'm not alone in that. So
no, No, that's true. Yes.
I wish we could say full stories, but we obviously cannot. I would get slaughtered.
Yeah, no. It's people can read between the lines anyway. Everyone's had people in their lives that have annoyed them or done things or to the people they love. Like it, people can figure like
Yeah.
they can get to their own conclusions with what you've given them without going into detail.
Yeah, because I'm a good person.
So we have a couple deep questions.
Yeah, let's get into those.
A couple would you rathers, but they're pretty deep.
Yeah.
So the first one is, would you rather find your soulmate or your calling?
I wish it had like calling and were successful in it, because let's say you find your calling, which could be, for example, music for me. It's like, okay, maybe I find my calling, but am I going to then have a life with that? Like I would want to be like, okay, you find your calling and it's your career.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because you just find your calling could be like, oh, I love photography, but that doesn't mean I'm like making a living from it.
Exactly.
Right.
That to me would be.
But do you believe in soulmates?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I do. Or I think like you've had many throughout lifetimes and you might find one or two in a lifetime.
That's what I kind of think. I don't think there's like one perfect person for you. And I also don't think it has to be romantic, because I think of, my best friend as my soulmate. Mm-hmm. Like I think it doesn't always have to be romantic. I think you just find someone who your soul speaks to but I do believe that, there isn't, for me, I don't believe there's like one perfect person. I think you can make a relationship work with multiple, like with, different people. Mm-hmm. It's just depending on what you're aligned with, but I don't know, maybe.
I would probably pick calling, just because like my goal in life isn't like marriage and kids. So to me, calling and career and that is more important. I mean, it's hard to say because I'm obviously in a very like good situation right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, would I give that up to have career? Not like, you know what I mean? Like I would want both, obviously.
Well, that's why it's a would you rather, because it gives you. I don't really believe in soulmates. So I believe there's just people come into your life for reason, season, lifetime. Like I'm good with that. So for me, I mean, to find my calling that'd be pretty exceptional, I think, because I still don't know if I know what my calling is. Yeah.
And maybe I have the opposite answer because I feel like I have my calling, but I do believe in soulmates.
Yeah.
Kind of. So that could be why I guess, what is my answer then?
Yeah. I still think you'd pick your calling, but
me too. Yeah.
I think you've always been very career driven and very you're intrinsically motivated.
I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a Capricorn.
We're going to find a way to work that in every episode.
Right. I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a grudge holder. I'm a Capricorn. That was in the first one. Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, career driven. I mean, there's nothing more Capricorn.
No, but you're pretty intrinsically motivated. You're not, you have your own motivation in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one is, would you rather be remembered for your kindness or for your achievements? She's gonna say achievements.
Yeah.
She's a little evil laugh too. And what would I say?
Kindness.
But,
yeah, I feel like those. Yeah, that suits us, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, kindness to me is obviously really important. I think I'm a really kind person.
I do too. It's not about,
for the most part.
Yeah. It's not about that you're not the other thing. It's just, what do you want to be remembered for? Now, if my achievement is like finding a cure for cancer or something, great. But that's not going to, I don't have those goals. Or I don't even have this. I can't even say it. So I don't have the smarts to even back up the.
That just reminded me of this video I saw. I'm literally going to cry. Have you seen this man on TikTok? That is the sweetest man in the world. I was in bed bawling. I'm not even kidding. And I don't cry. He's so sweet.
Oh my God.
He's like trying to cure cancer, and he's a filmmaker. Aww. And he has a movie coming out called like My Penguin Friend. It's a documentary. And I'm
you guys, I've never seen that. What is happening right now? Oh my God.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
Check him out.
Okay.
I forget what it is. I think it's I forget his TikTok name. I'll put it on the screen.
Okay.
But like, have you ever just seen something so touching and then I'm sitting in bed like scrolling TikTok and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? This guy's like, here's my filmmaker about this penguin, and he's like, I think this penguin is like attached itself to this man.
Okay.
So they're like friends, and he's like trying to cure cancer, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sitting here eating like a fucking bag of chips like a loser.
Oreo cookies. Scroll.
Literally.
Oh,
It's really sweet though.
I think
and
if
we have to go see this movie.
Okay, we'll go see it.
My
for
penguin
sure.
friend and I.
Okay, I will go see it. I think the thing is with achievements, if I had something that I felt like I could contribute to the world,
Yeah.
then I would pick that. But I don't really have it. And
Like I guess that's why I feel like maybe they almost could go hand in hand, because like with this guy, he's using kindness and he's achieving things. Like he just made his first film and he's doing all these things for cancer research. So it's like those are
they
together.
go together. Yeah. Well, and kindness to me, like I think of that as like, putting your friends and family first and being aware of how they're all feeling. And if there's any way I can help, I try. And then, maybe one day volunteering at, the dog place or, that's what I think of as kindness. So yeah, I just don't think my achievements, I don't know. Yeah.
But achievements could be having kids. Achievements could be that you own a house.
Did you not put the timer on?
No, I forgot.
Oh.
But I was like paying attention to the dot, so I don't think it was too long. But
Yeah.
yeah, like achievements, you're achieving things by helping blind students in school.
Totally. Yeah.
And translating their work to their teachers. So yeah, I think though at the end of the day, I would actually pick kindness, just because I think that's more important than achievements. Like a number one album, what does that really mean if you're an awful person?
But you wouldn't be an awful person. So.
No, I know, but I think if it were to be an achievement, it'd have to be like something with like ocean cleanup or animals or, doing something for the world. If it was that, I would pick that. But otherwise, I think
that's what I mean.
Kindness.
What I was saying too. Like I was like, well, I don't know what am I going to do? I feel like it has to be pretty big for me to choose it over kindness. So, fuck. Well, we got to hit the road anyway. So
yeah,
right?
We'll hit the road. I'll try not to cut a bitch this week, and that'll be that.
Meg's gonna reflect a little more.
Meg's gonna unpack this in her journal.
Write a song about it, maybe. Or
I thought about it,
right?
Genuinely,
it's gonna be called "Cut a Bitch." Look for it.
Yeah, gotta cut a bitch out in 3 months. We're calling up Jesse. We need to write a song about this,
right?
Because I honestly, I actually was thinking about this. I noticed how much more I like rage and have all these like inner feelings when I'm not working with him. Like as soon as we're working together, I feel like all my chaos goes into the art.
Yeah,
when I'm not working, it's like that one actor who said he becomes such a hypochondriac if he's not creating. So it's like all that energy goes back on himself.
Right.
Because even my hypochondria, like it's not great, but it's so much better since I've started making music.
Yeah.
And my chaos is better. Like I'm pretty chill and level-headed.
Yeah.
For the most part. If I start creating more music, it's gonna help. But I've obviously been away for a bit, so Jesse and I are gonna get back in the studio next week, and
then she won't want to cut a bitch.
No, hopefully not. And eventually I will get to the point, and you know what it is, like eventually I get to the point where I just have acceptance about things, but in the moment, like I just need to rage.
Totally. That's fine. We all deal with it differently, and that's what you need in this particular situation, then that's what you should do. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening or watching. If this is on YouTube for you, please subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and also follow us on Spotify. And I'm not sure if it's on other platforms yet. I couldn't find it. That's a technical issue I have to figure out.
Oh, okay.
So for sure it's on Spotify.
Okay. Usually it goes on all of them then. But
that's what I thought, but I searched it on Apple Podcasts. I couldn't find us.
Huh.
So
okay.
Hopefully this is everywhere.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. Have a good week, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.